month. So these products are great. The new 13-inch MacBook and the 15-inch MacBook Pro. And I'm really proud to be the first to show you the new high end of our line, the 17-inch MacBook Pro. It's absolutely stunning. It's super thin, 0.98 inches thin. That's the world's thinnest 17-inch notebook. At 6.6 pounds, it's also the world's lightest 17-inch notebook. And it's simply stunning. It's got a beautiful 17-inch LED backlit display that's high resolution, 1920 by 1200. And this is the best display we've ever shipped in a notebook. It's got a wide viewing angle, 140 by 120, high contrast ratio, and displays the most amount of colors we've ever displayed on a notebook display, 60% greater color gamut than the previous 17-inch notebook display. As you know, our notebook displays have this beautiful glossy finish on them, really helps get dark blacks and great color contrast. But some of our highest end customers would really rather not have a glossy panel on the front, so we've also created, for the first time with a 17-inch, an anti-glare option. So I told you there are a few of them out there. And really, the only way we could do this was to remove that glass in the front and then build a metal bezel around it to hold the display. So it has the same display properties for anti-glare as our last 17-inch notebook. But I'm going to show the glossy version because that's my favorite. On the right-hand side, you see the Super Drive and Kensington lock. On the left-hand side, you see all the I/O. You've got all that great I/O, the MagSafe connector, gigabit Ethernet, FireWire 800, 3 USB 2 ports, the new mini display port, digital and analog audio in and out, an Express Card 34, and the integrated battery connector. So you can see your battery life just from the side without turning it over. So that's a view on the outside. Look at it from the top. You see something really important, the new glass trackpad. This has been a huge hit with our customers. The glass trackpad is now larger, 40% larger. It has multi-touch. The whole surface clicks, and it's glassy, smooth. And if you want multi-button support, you can program it for left and right mouse buttons. And it supports all the latest new gestures we've come out with. It has been a big hit with customers. Inside, we've got a new generation of Intel Core 2 Duo processor that get us up to 2.93 gigahertz with a 6 meg L2 cache. You can have up to 8 gigs of memory, now running at a gigahertz of DDR3. And what's been really successful with these new MacBooks is the new NVIDIA graphics options. So we've built in both the integrated GeForce 9400M as well as the discrete 9600 GT with 512 megs of memory. So you have both built in. Hard drive standard with 320 gigabytes. And you can also upgrade a solid-state drive if you'd like that up to 256 gigabytes. And it's got all the features that make MacBooks and MacBook Pros unique that no one else has. I won't go through the whole list, but they're all in there. This is the coolest notebook. And it works with the new mini display port with our brand new cinema display, our LED cinema display. It's absolutely beautiful together. I've talked about all these new features, but I haven't talked about one that's the most innovative and greatest new feature, and that's the battery. So we challenged our engineering team to do something really important, to deliver our longest lasting battery life ever, but to do it keeping the notebook just as thin and just as light. So to explain what they've done and how they've done it, I'm going to run a video where the engineers can tell you themselves about this great new advance in battery technology.
At Apple, we're always looking for ways to advance the performance of our portable products. Battery technology and design was one of those areas that we saw the opportunity for some really key advancements. With the new 17-inch MacBook Pro, we've designed a battery that will last up to 8 hours on a single charge and can be fully recharged up to 1,000 times. And we've done it all without adding to the size, weight, or even the price of the notebook. In the process, we've built a more environmentally friendly computer.
The key to building a long-lasting battery is making it bigger. A bigger battery with more capacity means longer battery life. When we design a portable product, every tenth of a millimeter is precious. The challenge, designing a bigger battery, is where to find the space to put it. We found that when you design for a removable battery, there's a lot of wasted space. A lot of that space and volume is used for mechanisms, structure, battery compartment, even removable doors. By embedding the battery and removing all the infrastructure associated with a removable battery, we were able to create a notebook with a 40% larger battery that lasts up to 8 hours on a single charge at the same size and weight.
In the case of Apple, we have scientists, chemists, engineers that are dedicated to battery development. So we're able to build batteries that are custom designed for the computers that they're going to go into.
Battery life is really just a simple matter of how much energy you can store in the computer. When you open up a notebook computer from a lot of our competition, you'll see cylindrical cells that are like AA batteries that you can buy. There's a lot of empty space in there. That's space that you could use for storing energy. And so by creating custom-shaped cells that we have in our batteries, you can fill all of the space much more effectively than you can with cylindrical shapes. You can also customize it to be all kinds of different sizes, and that's what we do. To make our batteries extremely thin, we use lithium polymer technology. We start with these very large sheets of tissue-like foil, and you coat those with the active material that stores the energy for the battery. In our case, it's an advanced chemistry that extends the lifespan of the cells to 3 times the industry standard. Then they're wound together into an electrode roll. And then this roll is compressed into the correct shape, just to our precise dimensions. We go very deep into the design of a battery and cell engineering. You won't find that anywhere else in the computer industry.
In addition to advanced chemistry, one of the breakthroughs of our battery design is the concept of adaptive charging. This actually reduces the wear and tear on the battery as we charge it. With these new technologies, we're able to achieve up to 1,000 recharges, and that's more than 3 times the recharges of a typical notebook battery.
How the industry charges is taking these lithium-ion cells, putting them into a system, charging at a constant voltage until they're full, and then they stop. That can wear out a battery prematurely. What we did was we have a chip within the battery that talks to each one of the individual cells and reports back on its state to the system. And the system goes back and adjusts the current accordingly. The new 17-inch MacBook Pro will have greater than 3 times the number of recharges and greater than 3 times the battery lifespan compared to the industry standard.
We're always looking for ways to make our products greener. From an environmental perspective, the new 17-inch MacBook Pro is a real breakthrough. It's free of many of the harmful toxins found in other computers. It runs on less than 50% the energy of a single light bulb, and it's made of highly recyclable aluminum and glass.
But we also take it one step further. Because this battery can recharge up to 1,000 times, its lifespan is extended up to 5 years. That means a lot less batteries will end up in landfills.
At Apple, we constantly strive to create the thinnest and lightest 17-inch products we can design. And often this has led us to the very forefront of battery technology. We've thought about how do you accomplish this really far-out goal of being able to get a useful day's worth of work done on a single battery charge? And how do you create a design where the battery can last for years and years? And we think we finally come up with a convergence of technologies that makes that dream that we've been pursuing for a long time really possible.
So that's the battery in the new 17-inch MacBook Pro. Bob and his team has done a remarkable job delivering a new advanced chemistry to these batteries, intelligently monitoring a number of vectors inside the notebook to manage it well, and then adaptively charging it to make it get a much more extended lifespan. And what does it mean for all of us using these great notebooks? Incredible battery life. If you're using the discrete graphics, you can get up to 7 hours. And if you're using the integrated graphics, you can get up to 8 hours now on a single charge when you're using our new 17-inch MacBook Pro. That's 3 hours longer than the previous 17-inch MacBook Pro, a 60% increase in battery life. That's simply remarkable. And they did it keeping it just as thin and just as light. And more importantly, they did it in a way that's incredibly environmentally friendly, because longer recharges, more of them, mean it lasts longer, and fewer batteries are thrown away and disposed of in our environment. They're also PVC-free and BFR-free.